So, ich habe jetzt mal alles gemutet. Ist irgendwie ein bisschen komisch, dass es gerade so früh startet, muss ich sagen. Also die hören dich gar nicht.
Okay.
Marius.
Ja, okay.
Ist ein bisschen komisch irgendwie, dass es so früh startet, aber ansonsten alles gut, alles in Ordnung. Irgendwas, was wir noch ergänzen sollten? Oder?
Nee, wer beginnt?
Von mir aus ich.
Okay.
Kann ich machen. Kannst du jetzt vielleicht noch ein bisschen reden, nachdem Map Preview over ist? 10 Sekunden noch. Mute mal wieder. Alright, that was the first map here. It is Frozen Fridges, a map where we had really close fights on. And actually, okay, yeah, we're gonna start now already. So I was thinking that we have a little bit of time here. But I'm gonna take over the first lap here. And let's take a look how Pac is doing that. But I'm just gonna go into the follow all cam and see who makes that first blunder here. Because this camera is really good to follow the players. As we see Spam dropping a little bit behind, 0.25 of a second. He is already behind, but not a gap that he cannot clear, the Alliance player. But we already see like also Kappa, Carl Jr., Evon, Link, Brandon falling a bit behind here over the main group, but Carl Jr. with a very aggressive line here on the inside, and Massa with a mistake there. I just want to say that Massa, he has overtaken there, or he had overtaken, but Massa with that mistake. And Riolu again with an interesting line going to that first identity here. Let's take a look here. Hopefully I can stay in that camera. Yes, it's looking very, very good that I can stay in that. It is currently Riolu leading, and Tween had to respawn, didn't get the CP, and Tween is so far behind with that, and also respawn again, so Tween's momentum is down the toilet here. Tween is risking, and it's 11 seconds behind, and yeah, going to that next lap, or into that second lap, it is Pac actually leading the race ahead. No, never mind, Bren leading ahead of Pac, and then we have Kojina, Grant, Riolu, and Buddha rounding up the top 6.
For Pac, the first two maps, the old maps, should be very good, as he was performing here pretty nicely already in the last two steps. On this map he was second and first, and now he's also first in this race. Overtook Bren. There was a mistake, Gwen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Gwen also Mother dropping far back. Papu and Tween of course already are down. So yeah, in the first round you can't lose points here. It's just about getting many points, as many as possible, and the big points are just in the very top positions. And this is a fight here currently between Pac, Bren, Carl Jr. and Riolu for the top 4. Then a tiny gap down to Afi, and then we have Spam, who caught up from last place now to 6th, Orel and Evan. So Pac, he was stumbling a bit in the identity in the first lap. At least it looked a bit shaky, but this time it looks very clear, and he improves here. Gets the best lap and has now a bigger lead to Bren.
Yeah, great lap there from Pac, extending the seat a little bit. Had a little bit more speed going to that second lap. And Riolu with the slow landing here. Just my camera was on Riolu here. He didn't get a smooth landing there, and with that he slowed down. So roughly lost 1 second with that and drops down to actually P9 with that. He can still make something happen here. But let's focus here on that battle here for that second position. And there we can also see Pac in the distance. Already have a second ahead here. MnM Pac very well performed here thus far. Going to that identity for the third time. Bren not with the best line, loses a little bit of speed. So Carl Jr. Was able to pass him. Then we have Afi surprisingly on P4. Spam and Aurel behind that. Then Scrappy, Evon, Kappa. Then Massa and Riolu betting up for P10. And then the people who all made this bigger mistake, Gwen, Link, Moda, Papu, Tween. And yeah, this Pac still leading ahead of Carl Jr. and Bren, so nothing has really changed there. Spam is attacking. Bren with a good line, has more speed by the looks of it. But no, that's not enough, and Pac will clock in another fastest lap by the looks of it. Yes, he's extending his lead, 0.8 he's ahead, a 104.43 from Pac. That is absolutely crazy.
It is, because it's much faster than the best laps from the two previous steps. And this is the reason why he just got so much of a lead in this last lap. And also Spam is doing pretty nicely. He won this map in the first step where this map got played. And after his early little blunder, he now fought back to 5th place and is very close to 2nd. Nice to see Afi up there. Usually he's performing on map 5 and 6. This is like the first time that I actually recognize him fighting for the very top positions on the early maps in the step. So yeah, Bren now on 2nd place, but Spam also caught up a lot, so this group here of 4 players is very close together, and they all have the chance to get onto the podium. But the 100 euros, the map victory, this seems to go only over Pac. He has Still a bigger lead now than previous lap. A 10th more now. Spam now overtaking Afi, and there's a huge gap behind to Kappa, who is now on 6th place.
Yeah, Kappa on 6, and then there's Aurel, Massa, and Evon fighting there, and Riolo's a little bit further behind, so Riolo after that slow landing, 3 seconds behind, but Pac is 1.5 seconds ahead here. That is a great performance again from Pac, and just shows that he is cruising here. And yes, Afi indeed, Afi on P11 here, but that's like really, really unfortunate for him. And I was also very happy when you named that one round ago that Afi was on P2. But now it's up to or down to P11. Maybe he can still make something happen. So Bren and Carl Jr. are currently on the 2nd, 3rd. Spam is on P4. Then Massa overtakes Kappa here. Have a good fight here. But it is still Pac 1.5 second of a lead. That is a crazy performance here from Thomas Cole yet again. And he is not done yet. There's still one round that he has to clear, as he didn't get the best identity by the looks of it. Carl comes a bit closer, only 0.2 seconds, but Pac has still 1.3 seconds of spare time to work with and is going into the lead here. And Carl Jr. is not coming a considerable amount closer here. Look at that, Marius.
Yeah, we have a fight here for 2nd place between Carl Jr. and Brent. Seems to get another good start into a step. Maybe this time he has a chance to hold his points, and Spam had a very weak previous lap, and this is the reason why he's not in the fight for 2nd anymore, but the guys behind him have the chance to catch up. And Massa also had an early blunder, if you remember, and now he has the chance to actually get 4th place still in this race. So there were a bunch of mistakes. Oh, Carl Jr. with full airtime, what was that line? But Bren also didn't get it that well. I think, yeah, he got it really bad. Massa is actually going up to 3rd there. Spam also catching up. And Carl Jr. now pretty alone in 2nd place. But let's have a look at Pac. In his last identity, actually got a bigger lead now. Over 2 seconds, maybe even. Depends on these checkpoint lines. You can go fast over them or slower. We will see at the finish. But it's around 2 seconds. And the best lap should also go to Pac. Very nice performance once again with another 6 minutes 31.37. Carl Jr. 2 seconds behind on 2nd place, and Bren holds the 3rd place in front of Massa, who gets 4th still. Spam on 5th, and Kappa, Aurel, Evon, and Ryulu this time on 9th place, but last time we remember he was 8th here. Quen on last place, even behind Tween Afi, only 14th in the end. Papu also not with the best start on 13th. By the way, the 6:31 is also a really good time. He did it also last step. Now he was even half a second faster, but the world record in the campaign that we can see, I mean, they have hidden times, of course, but from the times that we can see is also a 31. So he basically just repeated the world record there.
Yeah, so Pac, I mean, take it into consideration. Pac won the 11th map in this Trackmania Grand League. Out of 25 maps, he has won 11, if my math is correct. But I noted that down. That's just absolutely crazy. And going home again with €100, 20 points plus 2 points. So the perfect map for Pac. That's a very, very great performance here. And he was 2 seconds ahead of the actual 2nd place, ahead of Carl Jr. And that was really, again, a great display of skill. But now we have the next map. And the next map, I think, even suits Pac a little bit better because he has won this map. No, he hasn't won it, but he's good here. So Mura was definitely good here, but let's go ahead and check out the map here. All right, that was the map To the Peak by Firestorm. And this map, of course, was very controversial 2 weeks ago, where we had that found by by Muda, who was just, I think, more than 10 seconds out of the 2nd WR But yeah, this map also suits Pac very well, Marius.
Indeed, but yeah, the identity will decide, of course, because there is this risky strategy that Mother found. I didn't see any new records in the campaign, so his time of 6 minutes 32 is still the world record, what he drove 2 weeks ago. And
Wow.
yeah, Pac was stumbling a bit with the identity and the consistency. First week he was lucky that he twice hit the tree, but still survived it. Then in the second time that we played this map, he was bonking it and had to respawn multiple times, and that made him finishing in last place. So it's anything can happen on this track, but one thing is, I think, pretty sure, Mata will probably do good. Last week's winner was, by the way, Tween. He also had the best lap in the first week. So Tween also a contender for good position. But starting here in the first lap, and we have Pac in the lead, as usual.
Afi! Oh!
But Spam had a very, very good exit. A lot of exit speed here. Goes into the lead, and also Ryulu is doing good, the two streamers. Now fighting with Pac for the first place, and now we will approach the identity for the first time.
For the first place, so I think Marius is done, so I'm just gonna take it over here.
Oh.
So let's take a look here for that first identity, as Pac is currently on P4. Oh, doesn't make it too well, but barely survives it. Didn't get a penalty, so he gets overtaken by Kappa, Muda, and Spam. And Tween is now actually in the lead. So again, a great performance here. We see Aurel, who failed the ice slide, Afi with a bad approach there. Massa also only on P14. Then Scrappy, Ebon, Bren. You can already see the gaps. Tween is 1 second ahead. And I'm just going to take over the round, and then Marius is going to do the next one. Hopefully he's going to be back. But a really, really good strategy here from Tween. And he's 1.6 seconds ahead. So the Orcless player, organization, just pick this guy. He is a beast. He's an absolute beast. Can you, like, did this smile there? How can this guy not have an organization? Like Marek Pacha, I have no idea. But Tween is very good and has a very good start. But so did it Moda, Spam, Riolu, Kappa, and Pac, who are currently batting it out here for the 14 points behind that. And let's take a look what will be the fastest lap here, as all the three streamers here, Spam, Riolu, and Moda, are doing it really good. Also, Kappa is lurking here. Papu also there. But now the identity will, of course, decide it here. Jumping to the normal Pac with the crash. I was seeing that one coming. Not going for the respawn. It's so far away. But gets the penalty and all the stuff. And this is not good here for Pac. And he had no speed after that. So he is down to P13. Didn't lose too much. I mean, it could have been more. 5 seconds behind, so he can still make something happen, but Pac temporarily on 13th position, Marius.
Exactly, so this is reminding us of previous week, but of course this time there's no point loss, so this time it's not that bad. It was important that he won the first map, so he got good points already from that. Now, yeah, he has to make some damage control, try to overtake as many people as possible. The fastest lap currently by Mata, 106.4, and I can tell you that the best lap can be 2 seconds faster. We saw... Oh, Tween! We see that Tween actually crashes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's not behind Pac, he's actually falling completely down. And this remains on Mother in the lead in front of Ryulu and Spam. Pac got another position here, so he's now on 12th place, also close to 11th. But I want to see what Tween is actually doing in the end, because his line seems to be very fast. He can definitely drive this 104. He did it the first time. Yeah, he goes here to the left. Ooh, that was full risk by Tween, but he crashes it. So what did Pac do? He actually also lost positions, and he's now on 13th place, 7.4 seconds behind Mata, who remains in the lead. Still a 106 is the best lap so far.
Yeah, so I was going to the free cam there to just see, and Pac actually went for the safe line there. And currently we have Muda, Riolu, and Kappa in the top 3. So great performance here from Riolu, who's currently in second position. So Muda, the undisputed champion of this map by the looks of it. I mean, you've named it. It was Tween winning a map, but also Muda, who was first when this map first was released, ahead of Pac. And now he's looking strong, the Edelweiss player, to maybe redeem himself again. We're already in lap number 4. But yeah, nothing is set in stone. We have a gap between 7th and 8th of 2.5 seconds. So I'm just going to follow Gwen here for that identity to see how they're going to make it. If everyone survives it, Muda so far ahead already makes that as well. We're going to see a lot of safe routes here, as Gwen has a different line here Of course, he only got 1 point, so he's gonna get some points here. But now the battle is actually very close here for that second position here. We see Kappa, Riolu, Spam now in second, third, and fourth, and Papu on P5. And we see ding, 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 Tween with the fastest lap, a 104.78.
Exactly. It was actually Tween and Pac both went for the very fast strategy, for the very risky one, and both cleared it perfectly. The thing is that Pac has lost time in the lap before. He was plus 7 seconds, and suddenly before the identity he fell behind Tween and was over 9 seconds behind first, and then he caught up again 1.5 seconds with a risky line. And Tween of course had a complete nice lap with the risky strat, and this gives him here the best lap, and he's catching up to Evan. But yeah, Mada is approaching now for the 5th time the identity, and he was getting it very nicely previous lap without any trouble. Now he's actually doing it again, so he has no struggle here. Kappa, also did Kappa actually risk? Kappa is getting closer here with a risky strat. Not the best lap for him, but only 6/10 now going into the last lap, and it's about 100 euros.
Well, I think Kappa went for a different line, because when I spectated him, he went from the left. But also Pac 6.2, only 6.5 seconds behind. So Pac currently on P8, so not too bad actually for Pac. He can maybe catch up to someone, but since Spam is 2 seconds away, we're just gonna focus on a battle. Call Jr. also with a small mistake here, falling a bit behind. A lot of position changes, also Strappy and Link falling behind. But let's take a look here. Who's getting that first position? Is it Muda or Kappa? Let's go with Kappa here in that last identity, as we coming closer and closer towards that. The Edelweiss player is still ahead with roughly half a second, but let's take a look how Kappa is doing that. He was, I think, doing it differently than the other people. But let's see. Is Muda taking that first position yet again, the second victory in a row? Look at that, Kappa with that line, and I think this is not faster than Muda, or is it? Muda is staying in the lead, or is it Kappa? Kappa is not winning it here. Muda is getting first, Kappa in second, Riolu on third, then we have Pac over, what?
And fastest lap. 0.01.
Pac?
I feel actually bad now that we both didn't spectate our player.
Yes. I feel bad as well. Dude, Pac, what did you do there? You were 7 seconds behind, man. You were 2 seconds behind Spam and you got 4th?
Oh my god.
I'm completely flushed now. What? All of a sudden there's a Pac ahead. Oh my god.
Oh man. What a great time by Mata, a 0.89, very safe victory here, a 40. This is faster than what we have seen on this map. Last week we have seen a 42.97 as the winner time. Of course 6 minutes 42.9, so he was much faster than that, over 2 seconds. And yeah, Pac also has beaten the 2 best laps from the previous day. Also last step, yeah, that was interesting. He finished like in the last second before the finish timeout was over. And he got the best lap in the last lap, and now again he snipes the best lap in the last lap. But he had to go for it, because the big points are only in the very top positions. So he had to go for that, but he overtook so many people with this. And also Papu, just closely. Incredible. So bad that we didn't spectate that.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Pac, but I was not seeing that one coming, actually. You were 2 seconds behind Spam. But yeah, now it is time for the clash. Let's go ahead and do that here. So plus for accelerate, minus for brake. This one for left and this one for right. So the normal things here. And then RS for respawn, but this is only possible for moderators. Let's take it here. I've already seen this map beforehand, but well, that's something else. So let's see. Marius had the idea of maybe do mod-only mode, and then Javelin is just gonna play. We could maybe do that. So Javelin could play then, and then you could do mod only. That could be a good thing, actually.
Yeah, it was an idea that I had, that not so many people are chatting, just 1 or 2 or 3 people, and then we actually see how the system works. Like when you press plus, for how long does the car actually accelerate?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So guys, you can do it. So, I mean, Javelin, you can do it if you want, of course, but let's try to win the easy way. So now we have to accelerate. Actually, it's working pretty good. We're currently Okay, no, not... Okay, okay. Nice, nice, nice. Now left, 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 left. Yes.
No, again.
Come on, let's go. That's looking very good. Okay, nice. So we are currently in second position. Avoid the poles. Yes, very good. Okay, now only a little bit to the right.
We are leading. Woo.
Actually, let's go to the left. Let's go to the left here. Let's go to the left. Left, 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 left.
The first time
Yes,
the Pac
yes,
is
yes.
leading in Clash.
Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Yeah, come on. Don't accelerate now. Accelerate now. Accelerate. Plus, plus. Okay, let's.
No. Why are both MnM Pac steering to the left still?
Okay, okay, nice. Don't go to the right. Don't go to the right.
Evan is only on 9th place. Oof.
Okay, nice. Left, 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 left. Okay, nice. Now there's a right turn. There's a right turn. Okay, let's go to the right. Let's go to the right. Let's go to the right. Yes, yes, yes. Good, 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 good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, nice. So now, left. Oh, that lost a lot. Oh, we're still leading.
Oh,
Mario, no!
Left.
Oh,
Okay, now
okay.
continue.
Oh,
Plus,
okay, okay, nice,
Left,
nice, nice.
left,
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 left.
left, left, left. Left.
Okay, stop
Yes,
left.
not too much. Stop, 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 stop. Okay.
Okay,
Left,
now
left,
you can
left,
left
left,
again.
left, 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 left. Go, 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 go. No, oh my God, who steered to the right there?
Yeah, actually, I wanna know.
Okay, right, 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 right. Sharp right, sharp right, sharp right. Oh. Oh, oh. Yes, yes. That's looking good. Yeah. Left, left, left. No.
Yeah, jetzt straight, just straight. Right? No. Oh, oh.
Oh, who trolled there? Respawn, 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 respawn,
Respawn
respawn.
and then just straight. No steering.
Respawn, respawn,
and
respawn.
straight.
Javelin, respawn, respawn. Javelin.
And then only straight.
Javelin, hallo. Mod check. Respawn. Okay, okay, good. Only straight, only straight, only straight, only straight. Plus, plus. Come on, come on, come on. We can do it, we can do it. And now to the right, now to the right. Okay, nice. Good, good, good. We can overtake, Master. Come on. We can do it. Now to the left. We can do it, guys. Come on. Let's go, let's go. Not to the right, not to the right, to the left. Okay. Yeah. Okay, to the left. What? Come on, one more minute. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. Yes, come on. Accelerate,
Yes,
accelerate.
Just stay there. No. Oh.
Oh my God.
That was good. But Wasser also cleared it somehow.
Okay, come on. Master with a mistake there. Master has to respawn. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. No, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Left.
Respawn, 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 respawn. Respawn. Go, go, respawn.
Where's the respawn?
Hello, respawn. Okay.
And left.
Oh my God, that's so close. Left, 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 left.
I think we can't make it.
We can. No. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, he
No.
will directly have the same speed. On the wall, you have the same speed as if you're not on the wall.
To the left,
Massa
to
will
the
win
left.
it, but nice performance, guys. Nice performance.
Oh, wait.
Now we can't get into the.
Oh, no. That was so close. Oh, shit. Oh, but we got second. We got second.
14 points for Pac.
14 points for Pac. So close. Okay, next time we're gonna make it. That was good. Okay, let's go. So now we have actually... Oh, clash time. What is that? So now we have map number 3, and I'm gonna go to the preview just now. So we have the map called Reversing. Enjoy it. Ah, schade, ey. Mein Gott, hätte der mal eher gerespawnt. Weißt du?
Ja.
Aber egal, ist nicht schlimm. Alles gut. War Zweiter, das ist doch gut. Okay. So, wer fängt an? Ich? Nee, du, ne? Du fängst. Ich, ja genau. Okay, gut. So, Map Preview ist gleich over. 20 Sekunden und dann geht's los hier. So, ich unmute mal wieder. So the map that has not been in our favor here, it wasn't really good for Pac here. But hey, let's maybe put that one away because Pac is currently leading with 2 fastest laps, 1 victory and a 10-pointer. So that is a very good performance thus far.
Indeed. Mada on second place, interesting. But yeah, of course, because he won the second map. Then we have Kappa on third, also having a good start here into this step. Carl Jr. on fourth, as usual, doing decent. And then Ryuru, Bran, and Spam all have 70 points. On this map here, last week's winner was Gwen. He got a 6 minutes and 12 time, while the best lap in the campaign is a 6 minutes 10, so 2 seconds off. But of course the identity is quite tricky, and we saw Pac's struggle there. The same mistake was actually happening to Mata and maybe even to Masa, not sure about him, but Mata had the same issue that he didn't turn around. This happens when you steer too early, when you try to steer the car too early into, on the ice. So I guess that is the reason why it happened to Pac as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing a Trackmania Grand League-ish style map where you had to do that, and I was also having issues with turning around on ice. So it's a thing that is really weird. I mean, the ice physics in general are pretty weird.
But there are actually different approaches possible. I recognize that Spam, for example, and on the ice he's continuing to drive backwards and steering, while I at first thought that when you approach the ice that you then press forwards and steer into the other direction. So actually both versions work, and both are also similar fast, but Spam's version is easier, keeping the backwards. Yeah, so and in the last lap, by the way, in the 6th lap, you can just finish backwards. Some players might do that, it gains a half a second.
Okay, that's interesting. So we're gonna see that as we're gonna start now. Warm-up has ended, and we're gonna start with the semi-final phase. So that means that if you finish in the bottom 8, you will lose half of your points. So just take Evon. If he doesn't finish in the top 8, he will lose 5 points and gain 5 points. So he will go home with 5 points. So he will lose the points that he has accumulated, 50% of them, but he will still gain the points that he gets for that position after the reduction has been impacted to him. All right, so let's go into the first map, or into the first round here on reversing, here on that semi-final phase, and let's see who's gonna make it and who's gonna break, unfortunately, because point loss is inevitably gonna happen. And let's see who will be affected by that. Currently, Link, I mean, a player that I haven't really focused too much on in the Trackmania Grand League, the Grizzly player, is sitting on that last position. And maybe can make something happen here, but I'm just gonna go with him because he's currently just a little bit in the back of the field. Also here with only 7 points, not the best step for him thus far. But yeah, Link caught up with that, and look who's already so far ahead. Gwen already half a second ahead, has a great identity, so Gran is continuing where he stopped. What a great first lap from him.
Yeah, Gwen of course should be good on map 3 and 4 today, because in last step he was performing on these maps. When they were map 5 and 6 he got onto the podium on both tracks, and as I said, this map here he has actually won. So we can expect that Gwen can get good points here, and his challenge will be to keep his points. Pac, however, also doing very decently, had a very clean identity. Just the speed slide, the backward speed slide, Gwen actually won a lot of time. But they are mainly important here in this identity, and this is also the reason why Pac is on second place, is the entrance and the exit. And the entrance here, Pac is going for a very side jump, and this gives him a very consistent, smooth landing there. And with that, he gets it very nicely, but Gwen, however, is doing it differently, but his line also does work. But I think Pac's is a tiny bit safer. Nice turnaround, and the fastest lap goes to Gwen, but Pac is probably very close to that.
Yeah, Pac with a good performance here. I mean, the turnaround was a bit sloppy from my point of view, because he was almost sliding, because your tires had still that ice attachment, or ice attached to that. But it is still Pac who didn't really lose too much from that, so it was just the first impression of that. So Pac currently not betting with anyone, only with himself, of course, and with the pressure that he has Carl Jr., Massa, and Muda behind him, and then also Papu with a very good performance here, as well as Aurel and Spam, and currently we have Ryo and Kappa a little bit further behind the top 8, and then Afi, Link, Evon, Bran, and Scrappy and Tween are unfortunately there to lose their points. But of course, we still have 4 more identities to go. So let's go with Pac and see if he can come closer. Very low jump for him, but Gwen got it even better. The game war player, very good performance again on this track. It's extending the lead even here to 0.46 of a second. Also a good turnaround by both of them, but Pac got it a little bit better, has a little bit more speed and comes closer and closer towards Gwen.
Yeah, both players with a very good performance so far. There were no big mistakes. I think they have a great pace here, probably close to what is the known 6-lap world record. And yeah, Massa, as I expected, is also doing decent. I saw him in the stream yesterday. He was doing nice here. He's currently battling for 4th place. Carl Jr. is ahead on 3rd place, still on the podium here. But yeah, the fight behind is very close. Aurel on 8th place, no 7th, or Papu to Mada on 4th is basically just less than half a second. But the gap to 9th place, to the red positions from 8th, that is actually big. It's over 1 second. Down to Kappa, who would currently lose the points, as well as Riolu. But of course the race is still long. And Pac, of course, here catching up to Gwen. Also gets a nice speed slide. And this is now the overtake over Gwen. Keeps the gear nicely.
That was very good. And also the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. 1 minute point 97. So how fast is that, Marius? What was the fastest lap we have seen on that prior step?
It was a 101.22, so even Gwen's fastest lap here from the second lap was already faster.
But yeah, a very great turnaround.
Gwen is dead. Gwen is dead.
And Gwen with the respawn, and that means that Riolu all of a sudden goes up into P8, and we have a new battle.
No, Gwen is still in. Gwen is still in. That was a fast respawn.
Yeah, that was a very fast respawn. But again, wait, who actually made that mistake then? So someone has dropped a little bit behind by the looks of it. I think it was... No, I cannot really see who dropped behind. So it is Riolu currently on that safe 8th position. Okay, it was spam, is the chat telling me. Thank you so much for getting us know that, or letting us know that. So Riolu currently on P8, and then we have Pac, who has a lead of 1.7 seconds. So this, because of that mistake, he is extending his lead and is again doing a fastest lap, 1 minute point 88, and he is again, Pac the machine is back.
Yeah, I mean, last step he told us that he felt pretty nice on this track, that he actually just was cruising on this map and was saving a lot, and he was still on 2nd place with that, and was just unlucky that this turnaround didn't work once. Now he can actually take the safe finish turnaround again. He doesn't need to finish backwards. But yeah, great performance. I mean, this consistency is crazy, and let's see what this will be. If it's 6 minutes 10 or even faster, but for sure faster than Gwen's 6-lap time from previous week. So 1 more identity. He jumps a bit higher here, but a good landing. He can save it a lot here, over 2 seconds of the lead. Yeah, fight for 8 is close. Ryu is close there, and this
Pac
is
now getting first.
Yeah,
Pac is getting first, yes.
But this is now the chance, maybe with a backwards finish, to overtake someone. No, Duffy is very slow, but it's not enough. Oh, wait, that is another crash. Kappa? Was Kappa in before? Carl Jr. is out. Carl Jr. is only 9th by 800s, but Wu dropped behind. Ryulu went as 9th place into the identity.
No, there was a battle here between Carl Jr., Kappa, and Riolu, and it was Kappa. I think it was in P9 or P10. But yeah, Riolu with not a lot of speed there in the ending, but he's eventually taking the points, going up to 23 points. Carl Jr. losing his points again. And yeah, Pac, I mean, when this was decided, I just had to go to that battle because, I mean, I'm really cheering. And my other heart is going for Riolu because he's a good friend of me and Marius, of course. And now he's actually up to P8, but maybe Kappa was on P8. I don't remember. But
what was actually the time now from Pac? Now I didn't look. Did anyone see?
Yeah, did anyone see the time? And what do the hearts mean? You can cheer for Pac. Maybe guys can all cheer for Pac now. What do you think about that? Because I've never heard that cheer Pac. So that's the link here for cheering for Pac. You click on that, and then you have to connect your Ubisoft Connect account. But let's just all cheer for Pac. Let's all click on Pac and try to put him on the thingy here. So what do you think about that? I think that's a good idea. Let's all cheer for Pac and do that. I just used my cheers. But yeah, the time is a 6:10, was it?
Yeah.
No, it's 6:10 point
That's sick.
something. So
That
how
is
good
sick.
is that time?
Yeah, this is basically what we have in the campaign offline from the known times. I mean, some players of course have hidden times, might be faster, but from the known times, this is the world record.
Okay, I think Marius has a DC again, but yeah, let's go ahead with the next map. I'm just gonna present it here. It is the map called Whoops. There you can see, guys. Alles gut bei dir? Also, warst du gerade weg oder was war da los?
Ich habe geredet, aber...
Ich habe es leider nicht gehört.
Ja, das ist echt nervig. Ich frage mich wirklich, was das ist. Weil ja, ich disconnecte ja nicht vom Server oder so, aber immer nur das Voice, keine Ahnung.
Ja, also ich finde es auch komisch, aber Teamspeak ist meine Qualität halt schlecht. Ich weiß nicht, wir müssen uns dabei irgendwas einfallen lassen, vielleicht irgendwie wieder auf Skype oder so, ganz ehrlich. Wenn es damit besser ist, keine Ahnung. 5 Sekunden.
Ich habe das ja auch im Teamspeak.
Ja, okay. Alright, this is map number 4, and maybe Marius, you can repeat it again what you said beforehand, because Marius' connection was not there quite.
Yeah, so, 6 minutes 10 is also the best time in the campaign. So from the offline times, from the known offline times. Of course, some of these players are doing hidden times as well, so they train it privately. But from the known times, it was equal to the world record. So very good performance by Pac once again. Now we go to the map Whoops, and this was the 5th map last week. And when I remembered the 5th map that we had in the previous step, what I want to say basically, Frozen Fridges, when that was 5th map, there was also many crashes, and the time was improved by a lot in the next step when it was then played as 4th map. And I think the same will happen here, because last week Pac actually won even though he was far behind. So the time that he drove, the 6 laps time, I would be surprised if this does not get beaten today. Oh, there were already mistakes. So we have seen now that many players do now the bobsleigh line in the bobsleigh corner, so the outside line on the wall, while last week many players didn't even know about that line and did perform the ice slide, but a few people are still doing the ice slide. The first bigger mistakes are done by Avon and Mata, interestingly. Mata should be of course good here with the ice. Part only sees was that scrappy, I think, with a complete flip there in the identity. Ah, wow. But their Pac is finishing here in P5. Gwen with a huge lead once again, like in the previous map.
Oh, what was that for an awkward bounce, man? Just one thing he had missed there, just doing a nose bug with that or something. That was... Oh, I'm sorry, man, but this looked so weird. But yeah, Gwen with an insane performance, 1 second ahead, so that's like a Pac-like performance. And yeah, you named it. I mean, it's the line here in this ice, which is really important. So I'm just gonna go with Pac here in that identity, kind of, because for me, this is the pre-identity on this one, because bobsleigh is so important, and we can see how this can break people. Bren has lost it a little bit, but has come like a considerable amount closer yet again, so not too much loss being for the Kamin Corp player. So it's Carl Jr., Pac, and Bren are currently on that battle for 2nd position, as Bren didn't get the upper gear there by the looks of it, but both lines are valid. And you can see Gwen with a mistake though, so we're gonna see Carl Jr., Gwen, and Bren overtake him at 10 million new best laps, and it's eventually Avon who's pushing it, who has made a mistake and has the fastest lap.
Yeah, this is something new to see here, that Avon takes fastest lap. Currently he's on P8, so he has to still perform. He's close at the edge to the red places. Gwen had to slow down in the identity, but yeah, when you recognize that you have low speed, there are possible safe strategies that will only cost you a second, so this is still something that you can do. And yeah, compared to last week, the field is very close together still, only 2 seconds from 1st to 8th, and also Afi on 9th place is still very close to that. Afi was of course on 15th, so we overtook a lot of players. We have Mata still in the red positions. He would have the biggest point loss, currently at 39 points. Doing a very good step. I think he's 2nd overall, so that would be unlucky for him if he loses them. Pac has not the greatest speed, but now it's fine. Now he will clear this jump. And better than his 2 rivals there, Carl Jr. I think did not get it very smooth, and hence he lost quite a lot of time here.
And also Riolo dropped down in the meantime here. So Riolo was on a comfortable 8th position and is now down to P14. So that's not good here for the Nolavin player, who has already 23 points accumulated. I mean, of course, he would only lose half of the points, but still the point loss would affect him because every point matters. Muda, on the meantime, also you talked about him, currently on P10. Then we have Massa with a huge gap here to P8. So we should not focus on that. Let's focus here on the battle Gwen, Pac, and Papu. So Papu is currently in 2nd position. So a great step for him thus far. And also Pac is doing pretty nice here as Massa also dropped behind. And we see everyone kind of capitalizing from that. Not sure what happened there, but 10 million positions have changed there. And also Bren now up from, like, what is happening here? So many position changes. But we have 3 more or 2.5 more identities to go. And Gwen is 2 seconds ahead. His performance is crazy. 103.35 is still the fastest lap. No one is doing that. And yeah, a lot of positions have changed. And now all of a sudden, Riolo is back into P9. And just one more mistake and he is again in the green.
But it's 2 seconds of a gap to the top 8. But I wouldn't be surprised if the top 8 are all faster than Pac's winning time of last week. Pac, meanwhile, on P3, Papu is getting a bit away from him. Scrappy also catching up from behind. Gwen is on a sick performance, sick best lap as well, 14 thousandths better than what he drove last step, where he also achieved the best lap here. Very risky line by Carl Jr. here, overtaking Scrappy. Going into the ice slide, Scrappy got it a bit better. And we have now for the 5th time the identity coming up. Carl Jr. lost quite a lot here right before. Scrappy catching up to Pac. Yeah, people are much more consistent today. Oh, Pac stumbles a bit, but he has enough speed to go onto the downhill, and Gwen is still extending his lead 2.4 seconds and another best lap point, 24 now.
Wow, yeah, that's a very great performance from Gwen. I mean, last time it was really a lot of players who have made a mistake, and now it's not looking like that. I mean, we have seen mistakes, but not outside of the top 8. It's just some alignments here. And we can still see a huge gap between 8th and 9th. So let's focus on that battle here for that 2nd position. Papu versus Pac. That is a great display from Gwen, though. But, I mean, Gwen is so far away. He can take it very easy. Papu with a very risky line. Pac got it a little bit better, but clips the upper corner there. So Scrappy, the Lazarus player, is overtaking him. And also Avon is coming a considerable amount closer. So this can be all in the ending here for Pac. Is he going to take that 4th position or really maybe snipe someone in the ending? Gwen has dropped a lot there. So not sure what happened to him. But Gwen is still in 1st, despite making that mistake. So it's not the flawless lap. Or who's getting that 4th position? It is Pac who's staying there, who's getting more speed out of that. It is Avon landing earlier, as well as Gren. And it is Gren actually overtaking Pac. And who dropped behind?
Papu.
Was that Papu?
Yeah, from 3rd to 6th, and Bren went from 6th to 3rd, kinda. It's incredible.
Oh my god.
That ending by Bren. And yeah, the winning time, 6:25. You know with what time Pac has won? With a 6:30. So yeah, indeed, the top 8 were all much faster than what Pac had gotten in the previous step.
That is crazy. That is a crazy good performance from Gwen here. And consider that he has made a mistake. So a small mistake where he lost 2 seconds. But yeah, Gwen is winning another map here, or like another map. It's the first one that he won in this step, but still a great performance here from the Game Ward player, since he is not already safe. But I mean, it's Riolo getting 9th position, losing some points, but on the other hand, he's going home with 5 points here. And yeah, without that, I mean, he said, one of Glooby says that the WR is at 6:24.
Yeah, that's correct. And he lost it in the last lap, yeah. He had a lot of lead, and then he lost a lot of it, so he would have beaten it.
Yeah, crazy. So now we're coming to the final phase. And I'm gonna present you the maps here, as we have the first map called Whirlpool. So enjoy the map preview. All right, so there you have it. That's the second to last map and the first map out of the final phase. So, I mean, for me, it's a weird map by Firestorm, especially the identity. And I think that Papu will do good here.
Definitely possible. He has trained in new maps, I think, quite a lot. Other than that, on map 5 and 6, I can say that Scrappy has in the campaign nice times. He's on second place on both maps, at least when I last time had a look at it. Kappa, however, has the fastest time on this track with a 6 minutes 30 point mid. And yeah, I mean, most of the times, however, are hidden by the players. They keep that secret, as they also kept the bobsleigh line secret on the previous map on Whoops in the first step when this map was played. And yeah, here very important to clear this jump after the multi-lap. Otherwise you lose quite a lot of time, or when you're not sure if you can clear it or not. We will see how Pac will perform, because we knew of course how he will perform in the last maps. We knew he was good there, he has the pace and so on. We don't know how it's on the new tracks. Did he have enough time to perform or to train? How does he feel with these maps? But yeah, warm-up looks decent. He is leading with 66 points, far ahead of Gwen, who has another good step, but also he has to keep his points. Map 3 and 4 were good for him now in both steps, but now it counts to keep your points.
I mean, Pac could even get more points than he has accumulated on that one, or was it 104 or 106 points? He could have beaten that one actually with the 2 first places. And yeah, also Gwen with a good performance. Papu as well. Muda has lost points, of course, and still on P4. Then we have Bren, Carl Jr. Oh, I think both lost. No, Carl Jr. lost his points. And Scrappy, Afi, and Avon also like pretty close. And then there's Riolo and Massa with 17 and 14 points. They have to do more than that. But let's go ahead into the first round here. I'm going to go into the follow all cam as always here, because that's just very good to spectate that one. Let's go with Whirlpool here, the map by Firestorm. And yeah, let's see who put in the most practice. It's Papu actually a little bit further behind, as well as Spam, so I was not seeing that one coming, that Papu is struggling with that. But of course, dude, look at Gwen again with a very good start yet again, and he's so far ahead already. Like, that is absolutely crazy to think of. Like, that was the case on the other maps as well, that Gwen had a head start again of 0.3 of a second. So this guy is really pushing it, and he is currently on another level. So Gwen is playing good here, and shows us why he is actually one of the favorites from Eric Hodal, as Spam makes that first mistake. But let's go into the identity. Let's go ahead and just go with Papu here to see how he's doing it. Gwen still leading, loses on a little bit of speed. So Riolu, Kappa, and Pac come a bit closer though. And with that in mind, it is Riolu who can eventually overtake Gwen. That's not the case, but it's still pretty close here. The only player who fell behind the screen, and also Spam has fallen down.
Yeah, Gwen reminds me a bit of Ayrton Senna, always with these head starts. And you might remember that on the track reversing with the backwards identity, Gwen also was leading, and he has lost the big points there. So it's a very great step from him, and this definitely shows that in the very first steps he was just not really prepared. But now he is prepared and he just delivers. But of course, one mistake by him and all his points are gone. This is the system, so it's not a one for him yet. You see that Ryu is also doing very nicely here, as well as Kappa, who has the offline world record. And Pac is keeping up with them currently on fourth place. We have again Afi in the top 8. Interesting, but it's still close with all the other players behind. Only Papu, which is very bad for him. Tween and Spam fell behind, but they're Papu, 30 points, and he really needs them. This is the pressure situation for someone like him, who is currently not in the top 8.
Yeah, and I mean, I just went for a different camera, because the camera for the identity is actually really bad for the exit. It's so far away. So Marius, if you want to do that for your VOD, click on follow instead of replay, and then click tab, and press tab, and then click on Pac or any player you want to watch, because the camera is really bad. I just have to say that. So I mean, the scenery is distracting in that way. But yeah, Gwen, Kappa, Riolu are in the top 3. Then Carl Jr. and Pac are betting up for P4. And yeah, you named it, Papu with 30 points is currently on P14, and he could suffer from severe point loss yet again. I mean, Papu, if you finish in the lower 8 positions, you will lose not all of your points. So that's how the final phase is working out. And I'm just going to go with Pac here again, as I'm going for the normal camera here. Riolu, Kappa are ahead of him. Great identity here from Pac. You really want to jump in there smooth. And yeah, he's doing that. But it is Carl Jr. coming a bit closer. But Riolu also with a very good performance here. And Gwen with the fastest lap here, 104.04. And he's currently leading still with 1 second.
Yeah, very good performance, and we don't see a lot of crashes, to be honest. I thought the identity was way more difficult, because in the beginning, when you start training this map, I saw that many people were struggling with this, with the lines over the dirt. If you're a bit too low, you fall down. If you're a bit too high, you can't really get around the corner. But yeah, these people are of course the best drivers in Trackmania, and they have cleared this difficulty so far pretty nicely. Pac is now attacking. Riolu has to lift off. That was super close with a crash. And yeah, with the lift off, Carl Jr. will overtake. This of course also an interesting battle here, Carl Jr. and Pac. Currently, Pac has 44 points more than Carl Jr., which means in the battle for the victory in the whole league, after 6 steps, he would catch up a lot to Carl Jr. Of course, he would still stay behind Carl, but it could actually get interesting for the last step, for the overall first place. Both players now overtook Riolu. Does Riolu make the jump? He doesn't. And this is very bad for Riolu. He fell back now to 9th place, it seems. Like, what was that, Airborne? No way.
Airborne with a mistake there.
But Riolu is under attack by Mother and also Afi.
Yeah, Mother Afi now only 0.1 away, so Riolu had a good chance here of taking more than 10 points. Oh, that was so close there for Mother.
Yeah, and
but he has nothing to... Also Papu, yeah, look at the comeback here from Papu. Riolu, Mother, Papu, Riolu, like so many points are down there. Also Afi, so that's the battle I'm focusing on right now. Going to that identity, it's still Riolu with the upper hand, but only one person can make it here because there's a gap of 0.7 of a second. Pac is getting attacked by Carl Jr. in the meantime. But I'm just gonna go with the identity here, Riolu, Papu, and Afi. Papu with a great entry into the identity, jumping very smooth. But it is Afi and Riolu having a little bit more speed, though. Riolu with a good line, and let's take a look here. Is Riolu gonna overtake Papu or anything here? Let's go into the last lap here. Let's go ahead, and it's very close here for that safe spot, Marius. Carl Jr. as well.
Yeah, Carl Jr. had to go for the safe line. This is the risk if you lose your gear in the last corner, and the last corner is really awful to drive. Then you can't clear the jump, and you have to go for the safe lane. That's costing you a lot of time, and of course Riolu was ahead of Carl Jr. At the beginning. Papu with another crash. Now this is the rip for Papu. This is the rip. Riolu is holding on the 8th place, and he has a little gap down to... Yeah, oh no, there is someone... now it's refreshed, so... Actually, Riolu is now in 7th, and this battle here with Mother, Afi, and Carl Jr. is the battle for the 8th place, and Carl Jr. is currently overtaking, going on to the 8th place. Pac, meanwhile, still on the 3rd position, very alone, actually without any contender there. And yeah, now we have to have a look if Carl Jr. is able to hold his position. Oh, wait, is there someone who dropped down? Carl Jr. is now 7th. Riolu, no, it's Riolu!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Is Riolu taking it though? Oh no, he's not. Riolu loses his points.
Pac got second. Pac got second. Wait, who was ahead of him? Kappa. He overtook Kappa in the last identity. Best lap goes to Gwen, and he is doing a great job.
Guys, I'm so sorry that I'm not spectating Pac than the ending, but I mean, it's safe to say that Pac is definitely performing very well there, and I have no idea where Pac is gaining 1 second all of a sudden. Dude, I have no idea. Like, this guy is absolutely crazy. So sorry, Pac, that we didn't spectate you there. But,
No, he didn't gain a second to Gwen. I think Kappa just had a bad identity in that case.
Yeah, true that. So, it is Pac getting 2nd position. Riolu losing his points as well as Muda, I think. So, let's actually take a look here before that last track, Marius. Who is actually in the top 8 at the moment. Because I think also Mada wasn't in the top, also Massa wasn't in the top 8, if I recall it correctly.
Yeah, I have to wait until the map loads for me, then I can see the ranking.
Okay, Nadir.
Yeah, I put all the downloads on this time, so I have the car skins, but of course the loading takes longer. So, we have currently Pac in the lead here, 80 points.
Massa, actually.
Yeah, Massa at 23, so he kept his points. We have Afi on 26, so again doing decent. Orel, however, is this time not doing that great, but maybe in the last map he will do it again. So Scrappy is currently on 3rd place, so also very important for him. Also Bren, once again, with 30 points, having a chance here. And Carl Jr. 29, pretty far behind Pac, so yeah, I mean, there is a chance for Pac to catch up quite a lot here today.
Yeah.
But overall, I must say, not big points. I mean, only Pac and Gwen have big points, but the others are all around 20, 30, so they make, if they keep the points, they make a little step forward, but it's nothing that is safe for the last step. Nothing that's...
Oh my... Huh? Marius, take a look on the step and the league ranking, but I'm just gonna go into the presentation of Arctic Split, but we might have a thriller here, but I'm just gonna present you the maps. Oh mein Gott, Marius, guck dir das mal an. 68, 74, 79, 68, 65, 62, 56.
Ja, weil die alle da total eng beisammen, also weil das ja schon immer eng zusammen lag und weil die halt auch alle immer nur so 20, 30 Punkte machen, wenn sie mal was durchkriegen.
Ja, genau.
Krass, jeder hat das halt dann ein- oder zweimal geschafft und ja. Übrigens, unsere Gespräche kann man natürlich beim VOD hören.
Ja, ist doch egal. Ich meine, ja, dann ist halt ein cooler Inside-Fact für die Leute, dass man das jetzt nicht im Stream... Ja, stimmt, habe ich voll vergessen. Ja, egal.
Alright, I think I start.
5? Ja. Alright, so.
Yeah.
that was the... Go ahead.
Yeah, let's start with the last map. And with Pac, of course, who has the fastest start this time, together with, of course, Gwen. So this turn here to the right got changed, as I just see. I know the initial turn was very, very awful to drive there. Like the unsmoothest turn that I've ever seen in TMGL. And yeah, the roof hit there is also not possible anymore, or not allowed. And yeah, this is now the identity kinda already.
Yeah, I think Marius again with the issue there.
Ah.
Not sure what's happening, but I'm just gonna take it over here as we're gonna go to the identity here. You really want to hold your gear on this one, and Pac is doing it very well. And with that, Pac is currently on that 2nd position. Gwen with a mistake, and Gwen down to P13, making P14 even now, if not even worse. But yeah, Aurel is also overtaking him here, so he is dead, and Pac could well again take another victory home here, as he is currently on that 1st position, but it's still very close. Muda also doing it very well. Of course, he lost his points on that prior map. And yeah, I mean, as Marius said, it is only as Pac and also Gwen who have accumulated a lot of points, but this map is really weird. This map is really, really weird. I can say that it's Popet, from Popet. Popet is that, I think, pronounced correctly. And he's one of the newer mappers, let's say like that. And Pac is doing really good. So could have wallbang there, or like roof hit, or whatever you want to call it beforehand. But this was, of course, fixed. And also this turn is really hard to drive. You really have to align your car perfectly. And now again, hold your gear on this one here. So it's an interesting map. But currently it is Pac still leading. Evon also with a very good performance here, the team's secret player. If you take a look into the ranking, he's only at 23 points, so he needs those points. And also Papu with a very good performance here on this map. Pac is still leading the round here. And Pac is still taking it. Papu, Evon, Carl Jr. behind them. Then also Riolu with a good performance here. And we are approaching the next lap.
It's incredible that Pac is always doing good on all these maps. Papu has the offline campaign world record. So it's not a big surprise that he is performing nicely here, but Pac just good on all the maps. That's just nice to see. Yeah, but what is with Gwen? He's 3 seconds behind, and if he can keep his points, then he will move up in the league ranking to 3rd place, and he will be safe in the top 8. He will be safe. But if he loses his points now, he's in really big danger, even though he had a good step last time around. But others are, of course, getting points. And Gwen will directly move down from 3rd to maybe outside of top 8. And then there's only this last step and a very deciding last map next week. And yeah, currently it does not look good for him. The others are kind of consistent here, even though the identity is very difficult. And not just the identity, we have
Scrappy.
many... Oh, Scrappy down. We have many of these precision jumps and parts in this map, so mistakes can easily happen here, but the TMGL players are quite good. Link, however, is losing a bit of ground, but they are still ahead of Gwen, who has dropped more time. So this is really looking bad for Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen 4.6 seconds behind, and this could be another like misery here. 64 points could have been lost for Gwen, and it looks very grim for him that this will be the case. Also, Afi, or person who always performs on map 6, who didn't lose any points on map 6 thus far, currently is on P15. So both of the former OGL players from Season 1, they have promoted in Season 2 to the Dragmania Grand League, currently not looking very good. Also,
Papu is also down.
And also Papu, yeah, Papu has dropped behind. And now Aurel and Muda, who are already like very far ahead in the league ranking, as you can see here, just will get those points if they, of course, will survive it. We have Pac thus far in the lead, out of Carl Jr., Bren and Riolo, but what a close fight we are witnessing there. So I think we should focus on that, Marius, as Muda is currently on P5. Massa has already accumulated a lot of points, so that would be very good. But also Scrappy with a good comeback here, going up into P8 because Kappa has made a mistake. So great job there from Scrappy, and also Riolo falling behind. So a lot of things are actually happening here.
Yeah, Riolo was in the fight here for the top positions. Now he's down to 8th place, and it's very close with Aurel and Kappa. Aurel, of course, also one of these players that always keeps his points. This time he would not really gain many, but he can, of course, deny others to get to secure their points. But yeah, for Scrappy, very important to keep his points, and he is prepared on these maps, as he just shows, but it is quite close for him to keep it all together. We have now the pre-last map, and Riolo is under attack here from Aurel, Papu. All of these players have not many points so far, but of course, every point can matter in the end. We just saw the league ranking between the maps, if they would keep the points after map 5, and wow, I mean, this is so close in the midfield, so actually every single point can matter, even the best lap eventually, which currently Spam is holding here. And yeah, currently we have Carl Jr. in the lead in front of Pac, so 100 euros maybe to Carl Jr. would be the first map win for him today. And then Bren finally maybe with a chance to keep his points.
Okay, Papu is taking the fastest lap, and we're gonna approach already the last lap. Can Pac hold his points and maybe go for the attack as Carl Jr. goes for an insanely risky line there? Pac is surviving it here, but losing a little bit of time. But actually, when I say that, it's Pac coming closer. So is Pac actually winning the... Is it the third or the fourth map? I think the third map on this evening. It's looking very good for Pac that he come closer. There's only one more identity to go. Pac going for the attack has a little bit more speed than Carl Jr. So let's take a look here. Is Pac gonna make it or not? Is he gonna make it? Now we are approaching it into this weird slide here, if you ask me. But now the identity is coming closer. Of course, you want to hold your gear. Pac is in first, and I'm gonna go into the full cam again. And that's the direct battle between Pac and Carl Jr. Carl Jr. with a little bit more speed. Is he gonna take it? Oh, that's so close to Carl Jr. with more speed. Let's take a look onto Pac here. Can he make it or not? He's a little bit further behind, but with a risk, he can maybe snipe that 100 euro. But it is Carl Jr. who's so far ahead here and cannot get denied. So Carl Jr. is winning it here. Pac, however, with 94 points in this step. That is a very good performance for Pac. Muda in third, Brennan fourth, Massa in fifth, Spam, Riolo, Kappa, Scrappy losing by 0.19 of a second. That is very unfortunate for Scrappy. 31 points down the toilet, 26 points down the toilet for Afi, and 64 points down for Gwen. So that is very unfortunate, especially for Scrappy, who was at 68 points and is now down again to that 30-ish points. So we can see the league ranking here getting refreshed by that immediately. It is Spam dropping down to P9, and look how close that is. Look how close that is, actually. Bren, however, with a very good step. Well deserved, though. And now up to P6 with that.
Exactly, very important step for Bren that he held his points here this time. But yeah, Scrappy, of course, could have been in top 8. Now he lost all his points. Gwen is on the hot spot on 8th place just due to one single good step that he had. And yeah, we have, of course, still Riolo, Papu. This is now looking really bad. I mean, Papu has to get, if he wants to come through, around 40 points at least to even come to Gwen's points. It's of course possible to reach, but now the pressure is very, very huge for him. And yeah, Pac is catching up to Carl Jr., but I must say, in the very last map now, Pac had 80 points, and I didn't even think about Pac could lose points. He is so confident, yeah? I didn't even think about that Pac could lose them, but it was kinda close. One mistake and you're out. It was just 3 seconds from 1st to 9th.
True that. It was only 3 seconds, and I mean, the identity was really the make it or break it there. I mean, let's take a look onto the ranking here. I mean, we have clearly a lot of battles here. It's safe to say that Aurel, Pac and Carl Jr. are through. They cannot fall down. It's impossible.
Even mathematically, okay? I think they are through.
Yeah, Aurel and Afi, I would say as well as maybe Muda, but he could also get dethroned. But then it's getting so close here for the top 8 and also for the bottom 4. I mean, you can see Papu Riolu 37 points, and then Evon and Link at 25 and 19 points. So it's not looking that good. But yeah, let's actually add Pac here to the call. And I'm just going to call you here. So maybe you can accept there again, Marius. Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm feeling good. How are you guys? How's the cast?
Dude, the cast was good, but can you like slow down? Because every time when I wanted to spectate the top 8 battle, you were overtaking 10 people at the ending.
Which map?
All maps, kind of.
Yeah, to the peak. To the peak, no?
What a map! Oh my god, I literally thought I was out of it, and then I saw. Oh wait, are you gonna ask me a question on what I was doing or what?
I mean, just tell, just go for it.
Okay. So basically, I full on forgot how to do the first bit of the identity, and I was just like freaking out a little bit on the first 3 laps. I didn't know what I was doing, and then I don't know why this gave me some courage, but I turned on my HUD halfway through the 4th lap, and I saw Tween was just in front of me, and I was like, well, he's been risking it. If he's gonna risk it, I'm gonna risk it. so then I don't know if you guys would have caught it or not, but on lap 4, I think both me and Tween did the risky route.
I saw it. I have it captured.
Oh my god, wicked. Okay, because me and Tween looked unreal there, I think, because we were literally next to each other, I think, from what I was checking the checkpoints with.
Yeah, almost.
And then I just thought, oh well, it worked once. Let's carry on doing it. And I guess I did 2 or 3 104 laps. I'm guessing. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it felt sick. It felt sick to do that, and then to overtake like loads of people in the last lap. Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Well, I mean, today only 2 map wins for you. That's pretty disappointing, I would say.
I'm so happy with 2 map wins.
Yeah, of course.
They were the ones I wanted to win.
Ah, good.
And
that's
then
cool.
I kind of felt like I needed to save the last 2, but also I knew I had in the back of my head I was like, Gwen's gonna be fast. Gwen is gonna be fast on the last 2 tracks, no matter what. And he was. Unfortunately, I'm guessing it was lap 1. He failed the identity on map 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah. And then as soon as he wasn't there anymore, I felt no pressure to risk anymore. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, seeing his name in front of me, I was like, I really want to like beat him, but otherwise, I'm just like chilled. And because he wasn't there, I was like, oh, I can probably coast it now and still be fine. So I was kind of like in coast mode, and then I saw Carl with me, and I thought, oh, it'll be fun to have a battle with him. So I kind of pushed it when I saw his name right there with me as well.
Dude, imagine thinking like, Pac, yeah, it would be fun to have a battle. I could lose 80 points, but you know, it's fine. I already lost 80 points. And I mean, well, Marius was saying that just after the cast. We didn't even consider you like losing points or stuff. We're just like taking it for granted that you just cruised and you take it.
I kind of like, I was on cruise mode. The identity, I've never felt that good doing that identity. I was releasing so much on the booster that it felt a lot easier to do, whereas in training I'd release a little bit before the booster and then just go full beans. But now I was like really trying to save, and it really worked out, which was nice. But yeah, it was the same as like the step. I had 94 points on map 5. I I saw Mudder with me, and I was like, right, I want to risk, I want to beat him. Like that's kind of my mentality. I see someone I kind of like respect, like really want to beat because they're known as being a fast player, and I'm like, right, it'd be cool to have a battle. Especially, I like looking back on the matches, and so having a battle with someone, and knowing yourself that you were really going for it, and hopefully, like everyone watching and seeing that you are going for it. I think it gives such a good atmosphere and a good racing environment. So I'm like, let's push it, let's do it. And so that's what I did on the last map. But then on the identity, I was like, I knew Carl was faster anyway, so I was like, right, if he's gonna beat me anywhere, it'll be there. So let's just safe it as normal because I ain't pushing this. So I'm not crashing now.
Well, on map 1, you didn't have a battle because you were 2 seconds ahead. So there was also, again, you maybe have to slow down for the other people to compete with you. But I mean, in general, a very successful step for you yet again. And not losing points. I mean, you played very good on maps 3 onwards, let's say, like that, very consistent. And if you made a mistake, you just kept focused and didn't make a mistake after that. Because that's the thing that happens to a lot of people. If you make a mistake, you tend to make another one. And I mean, with that, I mean, you have secured 2nd place for sure. And
I know, it's so good. I'm 2nd. I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy with that.
Can also get first.
I could, but I wanted 2nd. I wanted 2nd. Carl has crushed it every step. He deserves 1st. I don't really want to. I mean, in all honesty, I don't really want to take it because it doesn't make sense him not winning because he's been clean the entire way through. I'm being a bit sporadic. I win a lot. I've also lost hard, so like it kind of evens out. I mean, I'd love to see what my points are without point loss. Like I imagine I'm cruising in front, but it's pretty good to get another good result under the belt. So, this one seems too easy for you and Carl Jr. actually. I mean, a lot of people are struggling, and I mean, we can see a tendency here for the players who make it. Of course, it is Aurel also doing good, Afi and P4, then Muda also 5, and then Bren, of course, getting points. But then look how close that is. It's ridiculously close. Ridiculously really close. Anyone can get through. It's still in the phase. Like, did Riolu get points this time, or did he lose them again?
He got a few points, 12 points.
So like, even him being on, I guess it's like 36 now. He's he's only 40 behind.
He could have had many more points if he didn't lose his 8th place in the 5th map. He was in the top 8 and he was losing it in the last identity.
He was solid as well. He was 2nd for a long time, wasn't he, on that one? I thought he was cruising it. I was like, come on, Riolu. This is nice. This is sick. Like, he was really going for it.
That's why we weren't spectating you in that moment, because the battle for 8 was so close there. And then also Scrappy lost it by 0.2, and also Riolu with a mistake. It was so unfortunate to see that. Like, Scrappy, he lost 31 points, and he would have been way in the battle here for top 8, and now he's, like, so far behind. So it's very close. Also, Spam dropping out of the top 8.
I know, he got points, but, like, it's just a shame. He was feeling confident today. We did our practice sessions as usual. I was kind of molding. I was doing terribly, and then he was like kind of cruising through it, not doing like ridiculous fast times, but like he was kind of feeling it, just nice and steady. So I don't know what happened to his rounds, but
I think that's a head thing, especially when he knows that he's doing well in the practice when he tries with you. And then comes the live step and you perform. It's probably hard to see for other players that you are always then performing. And
yeah, no, I don't know how really. Like this week, I felt I was about to tweet last night. I was about to tweet saying I've never felt this uncomfortable on a track before, and that was map 6. I've never felt uncomfortable on a track as much as that track. And I'm kind of mind blown that I didn't crash. This is the first time I've never crashed that map.
Well, sometimes the stars have to align, and I mean, you have suffered from severe point loss already, but I mean, in general, all steps for you have been very good. Like, you have won, I think, 12 out of 30 maps thus far, and just take it into consideration. You play against 16 people, and for me, it just seems that you just handled the system the best together with Carl Jr., and that's just so impressive to see that you can just cruise, you know, even if you are behind. I mean, we have seen it in step number 2 where you lost 82 points beforehand.
Hey, step 1, that was step 1.
Yeah, step 1. Yeah, sorry. Step 1, and then step 2 you were cruising. You know, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
good.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. It's gone well this season. Yeah, it's nice. I've seen the name of the 2 next tracks, and they look interesting.
I haven't seen them yet.
The Softy released them to us just before the step started, and they're called Slow Mo Forest and Ski Jump.
Well, I think a map with Forest and the story with you and Bren. Maybe you remember.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
Slow-mo
slow-mo forest, that sounds like a map for Grenade. That sounds like precision and slow-mo through trees.
Yeah, and then Ski Jump.
Oh.
I mean, that's going to be a massive ice jump, I reckon, but I don't know how...
Did they take my map from Trackmania 2? I made a sheet jumping map.
Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know how these are going to be, but yeah, not too bad.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much you practice, but I think you will be good there. So, I mean, you have nothing to lose next week. You can only... It doesn't matter if a point loss affects you.
You can full go for map wins, yeah. And for full so attack on Carl Jr. in theory.
In theory, yeah. I can do. It'll be fun. I think it's just gonna be fun to play next step. Be really just chilled out and.
Like
did you guys catch the map 3? Was it map 3? Map 3 battle with Gwen? Dude, I really want to know if he was pushing because I was really going for it when he was in front.
Yeah, you were overtaking him in one identity when he lost the gear, and then in the next lap he made it crash and had to respawn, but the respawn did cost him only 2 seconds because the crash was right after the checkpoint. But he fell back from the battle with you down to 6th.
I was really pushing until when I went on the checkpoint after that, and I could see there was no one near me. I was like, wicked, this is nice, just don't fail the end. And then I did the last identity really weird. I was so shaken. I jumped so far. I was like, oh my god, if I crash now I'm gonna be livid. This is a joke. But then I could have done world record in round. I didn't do it. I failed the last I should have just got nowhere on the last downhill with the identity, but I for some reason
or finishing backwards, right?
Yeah, I've practiced finishing backwards, but I was like, would I really want to lose 100 euros and 20 points just by doing it?
Yeah, it's not necessary in that case.
Yeah, no, 6:10.79, 300ths off of the online world record.
I'm actually not sure if anyone did the backwards finishing.
Probably not, it's too dodgy. I mean, it can go really wrong.
Yeah.
And if you get nowhere, I think it's not even faster, I'm sure. So yeah, it's a weird one. But yeah, no, good step. Very happy. 94, wasn't it? 94.
Exactly.
94
points.
80 plus 14, 94 points. So, yeah, I mean, you're just a beast. I can just say that. Thomas Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, the hero, the man, the myth, the legend. You really, you can just admire your skill. It's unbelievable. Well played, and maybe you can make it to the first position, but of course you need to rely on a mistake from Carl Jr., who is just too consistent.
Or just beat him by 50 points. I mean...
just get 100 points.
I don't think I will be winning much next week, especially with the maps 5 and 6. I don't think I can win one of them.
Well, we're gonna see. But anyways, thank you so much for the interview, and good luck next week, Tom. You can definitely do it, and if not, just go for map 1 to 4. You definitely show that you're strong there. And yeah, thanks for joining in, man. Have a nice
thank
one.
you guys. Have a good evening.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
So that was a good step again for Pac, as always, Marius. Thank you again for joining me in.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have anything to add, or is it just...
yeah, we can maybe shortly talk about the ranking of this step,
cool.
Because we usually directly go to the league ranking. But the Pac won it with 94. Carl Jr. has the number switched, 49, but again a top 2 position for Carl Jr., so this is his consistency, of course. Bren with 40 points, nice. He also got another step he had around 35 or something, so 2 steps around this point mark. And then on 4th place, we didn't talk about it yet, Massa with 32 points. Actually had a good step. He felt confident and it worked out. Then we have Kappa on 5th position with 30 points. So Kappa also a bit under the radar maybe, but he also scored decent points with 30, but it's not that huge amount of points that would make it safe for you. And then we have Mada with 17 points. Yeah, every point can matter. He kept his points on the last map at least. But yeah, 17 is not a lot, of course. And Ryulu and Spam also kept their points on the last map, but not before. So they both have 12 points in total gained. But yeah, also here every point matters. Aurel and Afi now this time both didn't keep their points. Scrappy and Papu, we already talked about it. That is unlucky, and especially Gwen, who's sitting on the hotspot under 8th place. And yeah, I mean, imagine his pressure next week, because it does not matter what he drives from map 1 to map 5. It does not matter how many points he has. But when map 6 goes wrong, and there is even the chance that like he gets 15th place and somebody else also loses his points and gets 9th place, but he gains 3 points more than Gwen in that case. And I think Gwen could get overtaken by there's someone close to him, I believe.
Yeah, spam it is.
No? And so even that risk is there, that even someone overtakes him and they both lose the points. But yeah, I mean, the very last map can completely ruin it for Gwen. So the pressure is super high there. He would have been completely safe if he came through. I think Aurel is safe.
Yes.
But Afi is not completely safe yet. But of course there has to happen a lot of stuff to make him go out. Because they all have to keep the points behind. But it's still possible that Afi is not making it. I think last season there was also someone falling out, like Masaf was falling out, and I think he was actually not that in danger, felt like not in danger. Maybe I'm also wrong. That in some reason I think someone dropped from 6th or something down to out of top 8, but I'm not completely sure.
But yeah, I mean, all will be decided in the last step. It's definitely a very close step for the bottom 4 and also for the top 8. I mean, the battle for 1st and 2nd is on. 2nd is also decided already, but then also 3rd position can be anyone's game. It could also be Kappa or Spam, let's just say it, or Tween, who get an insane step and get like 80 points or so. But so far, it's only possible for Pac, Carl Jr., and maybe even for Gwen, who played very well. Of course, lost 64 points, which is, by the way, the 2nd highest point loss that has ever happened, I think. And yeah, with that, I would say we gonna try to like let that sink in, and yeah, without further ado, I will just yeah, send you to bed or whatever. And thanks all for watching. Thank you for joining in, Marius. As always, was very good. And without further ado, goodbye, guys.
Bye bye.